Hi, I'm Jamie Jones and this is F-Bomb. The F stands for film and also I swear a lot. Let's play a quick game. What do the following words have in common? Creepy, useless, stupid, depressing, misandrist, misogynistic, disturbing. They all describe a Disney film, of course! One so bad that not only is it one of the biggest flops in cinema history, no one can seem to agree why it's a flop. Was it the dumb story? The rampant sexism? The creepy animation? Let's find out. This is Mars Needs Mums. Yes, I know technically it's Mars Needs Moms, but that sounds stupid in my accent, so mums it is. We start, naturally, on Mars. Or in Mars, I should say, and we've already encountered our first problem. But it's not immediately apparent, so I'll revisit that later. Let's instead examine the second problem. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was a demon, it's just a baby. That, if you hadn't guessed, is problem number 2. Those aliens are uglier than arses. Why no nose? Uncanny Valley much? They're spying on Earth mums and spot one who manages to keep her kid under control. She's played by Joan Cusack and her son, Milo, is played by Seth Dusky, but mocapped by Seth Green. And I might as well just say it now, I fucking hate this kind of animation. You get some very odd walks and body movements, and faces that are somehow both lifeless and twitchy, like that of a drug addict. Milo is a difficult kid, and by difficult, I mean normal. He doesn't like doing chores, he doesn't like broccoli, blah blah blah. They've tried to make him as relatable as possible to as many kids as possible, and in doing so completely failed to give him a personality. He's just a walking, talking moral to be learned, and the moral itself becomes painfully obvious when this happens.
My life would be so much better if I didn't have to be a nagging mom.
Yeah, well, my life would be so much better if I didn't have a mom at all.
This is completely unearned. It comes after only a couple of minor arguments, 8 minutes into the movie when we barely know either of these two. Doesn't mean they won't get rid of one of them though, as the mother gets abducted by the Martians. I think we're supposed to care purely because she's a mother, but I don't. Yeah, it sucks, I guess, but I don't actually know her, so I'm not invested. Anyway, Milo sneaks aboard the ship and we follow them to Mars, where the Martians survey their catch. Wait, why are they wearing helmets? They're native inhabitants. Surely they'd be able to breathe in the atmosphere they evolved in. Or whatever, that is so far down my list of quibbles. Let's get back to the first one I mentioned, because it's really brought to light in this scene when we see some colourful graffiti on the walls. Gee, I wonder who did it. And I hope you enjoyed it, because that's the last colour palette that doesn't involve grey that you'll see in a while. I do get what they're going for, oppressive backdrop for an oppressive regime, but come on, we're on Mars! In space! Couldn't it have been a little bit more visually exciting than this? Milo is found and captured, but escapes thanks to a helpful voice.
Jump down, shoot number 3!
Oh my god. I was already feeling sick from their faces, I really didn't need to be subjected to this. And dead. 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 He's dead! Yay! The end! No, he's fine. Not even a scratch, in fact. I know this place has squiffy gravity, but those still look like some pretty hefty collisions. Not even a graze, really? He discovers he's in some kind of garbage disposal area, and then falls again. Christ, really? And dead. 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 Dead.
I want to find my mom. Don't you understand? My mom. Yeah, my mom.
What the shitting fuck are those things?
Zombies.
No, zombies aren't that terrifying.
No.
Thankfully, we don't have to spend too long with these creatures of the underworld, as Milo is airlifted by... Gribble.
What's your handle? Oh, let me guess. Maverick.
No.
Wolfman?
No.
Iceman.
No.
Did you see Top Gun?
It's Milo.
Milo. Hello, can you go, Milo? How about I call you my bro? Check it.
He's cool. He's played by Dan Fogler, who has his punchability meter set to maximum. Thank God he was charming as fucking Fantastic Beasts, or I might have to despise him for this. Milo eavesdrops on the Martians talking about his mother through Gribble's translator, and hears the word terminated, which understandably freaks him out. Gribble is less than sympathetic.
Terminating?
Terminating? I love that movie. Hey, you know what? Let's go. I want to show you something cool.
No, wait, Gribble, what's going on?
I don't want to tell you, and you can't make me, okay?
What an arsehole. So glad we're spending a significant amount of the film with this twat. Milo does eventually get him to talk.
Mars needs moms.
What the heck does that mean?
Uh-oh, I smell exposition.
These are hatchlings. They pop out the ground like potatoes every 25 years or so. The Martians, they're terrible at mothering, which is ironic, really, since the ones running the place upstairs, they're all female.
What do you mean ironic? What point are you trying to make? That all females should be mothers? That's sexist. Or that females can't be leaders and parents? That's also sexist. Or that females need males to be good parents? Guess what? Sexist! That aside, there's also the problem of how this species has survived so long if they're so incapable.
They build these nanny bots to raise the girls, and each nanny bot gets one kid to raise, and then it's toast. It can't be reused after that. Who knew mothering was so hard, huh?
Yes, you hadn't hammered that message home hard enough yet. Do be sure to keep it up. So, what happened before the discovery of technology? When did they become so shitty at raising their young? And why? And what does kidnapping Earth mothers have to do with it?
They have to program the nanny bots each time. They find someone who is really good at controlling their own kid. See, all these Martians care about is order and discipline. They have this memory extraction machine. It takes the discipline out of the mom and it puts it into the nanny bots. And when the sun rises, they extract what they need to program the nanny bots, and that's it.
So, they spend the 25 years it takes the hatchlings to be born, finding one good Earth mother to capture and kill to, extract the discipline portion of their brain? How? And why? They're already spying on multiple Earth mothers. Why not just spend those 25 years seeing what they do? Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, seeing which of the kids grow up into the better adjusted adults. It really is remarkable just how bad this film is at exposition. Every time they try to answer a question, a dozen more pop up. Gribble finally agrees to help Milo in the shadiest way possible.
They're gonna spot you, they're gonna chase you and shoot at you and wait a minute. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Turns out he's only sending Milo up there so he'll fail and come back down to where it's safe. And here come more questions. If he didn't want Milo to leave, why tell him his mother is hours away from dying? Why doesn't he want to help him save his mother? Does he not realise that this will only make Milo resent him more? Yes, he has an escape plan set up, but what if that fails? Surprise! It fails.
Totally in my control. I pushed the wrong one. Oh my god!
After getting him out of that mess, Gribble goes into full-on prick mode.
Gribble, stop being such an idiot and tell me which way!
Oh, did you just call me an idiot?
Yes, he did! He had every right to! This fuck-up is entirely your fault!
I think that you have to apologize now.
Gribble!
I'm waiting.
Stop with the stupid too proud to help cliche and help!
Alright, I'm sorry!
So he helps. And then he's captured.
Mommy! Mommy!
Now alone, Milo climbs down onto a narrow ledge to escape. Drop, 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 drop. Aww. We get a brief respite from the gloom as Martian Key, played by Elizabeth Hanois, graffitis her ass over the walls of the compound, inadvertently knocking Milo off the ledge. Drop, 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 drop. Ow! Key, coincidentally, can speak English fluently. Ish. In a bizarrely edited flashback, we learn that in researching planet Earth, Key became a bit of a fangirl, obsessing over our media so much that she managed to learn English. Or at least American English, as it was spoken on TV in the 1960s. So we get a lot of dialogue like this.
What do you turn on? Mellow out, man! How do you
Tune in.
This is so low temperature.
What powers do flowers have?
Honestly, as a linguistics nerd, this is my favourite part of the film. It's a shame it wasn't delved into more or made more of a joke out of, but it's crammed further and further into the background, and after a while, it's just forgotten about entirely. Milo explains to her why he needs to find his mum.
Because she looks after me and she tells me what to do.
And she loves me.
My mom is kind.
And she loves me.
She takes me to Disneyland.
And she loves me.
And she reads to me.
And she loves me.
And she makes me hot chocolate.
And she loves me.
And she puts bandages on my cuts.
And she loves me.
And she hugs me.
And she loves me.
She loves me.
Fucking finally! You learned that lesson 30 minutes ago. That really shouldn't have taken so long. He manages to shake Key off, even though she was helping him, but whatever, and finds the remains of Gribble's place. Amongst the wreckage, he finds a shirt with a picture of Gribble and his mum on it.
He must have been a kid too when he came here.
Was that meant to be a shocking reveal? Why the hell else would Gribble be there? Christ, this kid is slow. He decides to rescue Gribble because...
He's the only person on this entire planet who can help me save my mom.
What about Key? You want to drag this idiot back in? Really? Fuck you, kid! Milo goes to rescue Gribble, and in the chaos, Key coincidentally ends up with a gun. She throws it to the others, and they all escape. Even though that shot is so easy, even a stormtrooper couldn't fuck it up. And we get the return of... Ah! My nightmares! I thought we were done with these things. They're back? Really? Oh, no. Do not tell me they're a plot point.
What are you doing?
They're hugging! It's all these males ever do! That's why the females chuck them down here!
What? The females banish the males because they hug too much? Well, if this movie's aim was to give every men's rights activist a raging hate boner, they probably succeeded. Thankfully, we're not given too much time to think about it, as yet another chase ensues. And we end up... here. I'm not sure where here is, but it's quite pretty. I think. I mean, we mostly get subjected to close-ups of the hideous mocap faces, so it's anybody's guess. We get a retread of the I want to save my mum, I don't want to risk it argument that was boring the first time and really hasn't gained any flavour since then.
It's okay, Grip. I know how you feel.
How I feel.
Oh, don't say it.
How I feel.
Don't you fucking dare say it.
You have no idea how I feel.
Oh no! Don't give me that crap, you fucking piece of shit! He is in exactly the same fucking situation you were in 25 fucking years ago! How the fuck can it possibly be any fucking different?
I was a good kid. Turns out that's exactly why they chose her. Because of me.
Yeah! That's why Milo's mother got abducted, you insensitive fuck! Why the fuck would they take a fucking bad mother, you fucking dumb fuck? So I guess the moral of the story is, don't be a good son or daughter, or your mother will be taken away from you and killed. What kind of message is that to send to a little kid, huh?
What kind of message is that to send to a little kid, huh?
Oh, I have a headache.
So I grabbed a couple of breathing helmets, and I went to get her. But I didn't know what I know now. I didn't know that when the sun came up, it'd start the machine. I didn't know what that machine was going to do to her. Not until it was too late.
Well, that was dark and depressing and unnecessary. We already know she died. Why did you feel the need to show us? But this memory at last prompts Gribble to do the decent thing and try to save Milo's mum. That it took him this long to get here is pretty reprehensible. I'm not quite sure why we're supposed to be siding with him, aside from the boo-hoo-wah backstory.
Thank you, Gribble.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll get your mom back, man.
Are they still not doing anything? You know you're on a clock, right? Get moving! They waste yet more time reintroducing Key and then finally get going. Briefly, before they stop to have a chat.
Wait, Key. Hold on. You're the one that paints those flower tags?
For fuck's sake, movie, earlier you were treating us like we had ADD, now you want to slow it down? Sunrise ain't gonna wait for you. Get moving. And don't even think about making these two romantically interested in each other.
I think you're amazing.
God damn it! Get moving!
What is that?
Looks like a family. Kids and parents?
What are parents?
You know, people like my mom, who look after kids like me.
And who's strapped to a death machine that's ready to go off in a couple of hours? Get fucking moving!
But the supervisor said that Martians have always been raised by machines.
Wow. Looks like she lied to you big time.
What? Wait, why?
That's the Citadel. We've got to get to the top.
Oh, now you want to get moving? Right when you need to explain something? Oh, this movie's pacing is totally wrong. Not off, wrong. They deduce that the silo Milo's mum is being kept in is conveniently right next to the prison he was first taken to. They break into it mercifully quickly via another vomit-inducing visual, but are halted when they see the males have been captured and imprisoned. On a conveniently placed screen, seriously, why would they have surveillance showing inside the prison? They see that the girls and boys get separated at birth. And here's where things get weirdly sexist. And I don't mean having sexism in the film is weird. I mean the sexism itself is weird. So the girls are kept on the surface and raised to be leaders, while the boys are sent to the garbage heap to fend for themselves. Why? Well, the best I can glean is that the females are ruthless, which makes them good at leadership, whereas the males are good at hugging, which makes them bad at leadership. I guess I see the logic behind that, but it's not really strong enough propaganda for the supervisor to have been successfully enforcing it. It's the way things are doesn't usually work by itself. Usually someone also has to be demonised. But the males aren't really demonised, they're just thrown away because I don't really know. Because they're blithering idiots?
We gotta go, you'll figure it out!
No, they won't. They're dumb as a box of rocks!
Again, not really a strong enough reason. This is a big problem for two reasons. One, this is the evil oppression they're trying to overthrow. But the reason for it existing is so flimsy, I'm not sure why it wasn't done sooner, or how it's going to be in any way dramatic once they do. And two, this doesn't fit into Milo's story at all. This is about a mother and son reconnecting. His father is barely factored into it. I don't understand what any of the characters gain by this being in the movie. Ugh, this headache is getting worse. Can we just end this? Milo makes it to the surface of Mars and races towards his mother. With barely any time left, there's not a second to... Or we can watch Gribble and Key fawn over each other some more.
Now that I think about it, key is like a perfect word to start an engine because it's, used to unlock things like my heart.
Because that wasn't disgusting enough the first time. Robot gets it. Meanwhile, the menfolk, the last resort for Martian kind, I guess it was never explicitly stated, but the women are doing such a terrible job I don't know what other choice they have, break in and start fucking shit up. And by fucking shit up, I mean nearly killing all the babies. Oh, the species deserves to fucking die. Key accidentally sets off the launch system, which gives them less than 2 minutes to reach the rocket that will take them home. Meanwhile, Milo's mum wakes up and realises where she is.
No! Mom!
This perfectly illustrates why I hate this kind of animation. In the credits, you can see how Joan Cusack originally performed this scene. See? With the restraint of human performance, it's funny. And if it had been fully animated with big over-the-top expressions, that too could have been funny. But this middle ground is the worst of both worlds. Too realistic to be animated, but too animated to be realistic. When your human characters look just as weird as your alien characters, you're done fucked up. So they're running, they get shot at, and dead. He's dead. There's no way he'd survive that. He's in space. In his pyjamas. With no helmet on. He is fucking dead. No, of course they wouldn't show a little kid dying. They do show him agonisingly gasping for air, though. And right as their last hope for salvation leaves, Milo's mother sacrifices herself for her son.
No! Mom! You gave me your helmet! No! 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 Mom! Mom! No! No! Mommy! You have to come home with me! You have to come home with me!
just fucking grim. And yes, this isn't the first time Disney's given us parental death. They could probably claim copyright on parents dying if they wanted to, but they usually save the big ones, the on-screen ones, for something a little more impactful. We saw Mufasa die because it marked the end of Simba's childhood and the start of his journey into adulthood. We saw the King and Queen die because it's what put Elsa into the spotlight and forced her to take responsibility for her actions. We see Milo's mum die because he should have apologised sooner? That is not a good enough reason! Seems Gribble's done with this shit too.
You guys, I'm going home.
No, he's retrieving the helmet he left there from when he failed to save the life of his own mother. Seriously, this film is fucking grim. Conveniently, Milo's mum hasn't died and doesn't even seem to have the remotest bit of brain damage. Hello, NASA? Why aren't we on Mars yet? Uninhabitable? Well, I've just seen some fairly irrefutable proof that it isn't. So, stop dragging your feet. Fucking slackers. Key conveniently manages to get the rocket back, but the supervisor blocks their way. And finally, we find out why she stopped the concept of family decades ago.
I saved you! Before any of you were even born, I realized we do not have time to raise hatchlings. And the males? They never helped. Always dancing and playing. That is why we must throw them away.
That's it? What did that answer? I still don't understand fucking everything! But fuck it, chuck a happy ending on the screen. Gotta get back the kids who are still crying over the 2 death fake-outs. The Martians return to their family ways, Milo and his mum get home, and Gribble decides to return to Mars with Key. Because why not? They've known each other a good couple of hours. And we end the film the only way we could.
I love you, Milo.
I know that. Yeah.
Are you shitting me? The whole point of the movie was that he would say, Oh, I'm done. I am so fucking done. This is such a confusing movie, and it only gets more confusing the harder you think about it. There is virtually no reason behind the male segregation, which means the oppressive system on Mars makes absolutely no sense, and it's far too fragile to have not been overthrown by now. It's never a good sign when you can't figure out if something is misandrist or misogynistic, and honestly, I'm fairly certain it's both. The tone is all over the place. The story itself is dark and upsetting with some truly horrific imagery and ideas, yet the moral, which seems to be love your mum, is so babyish and preschool that it doesn't fit at all. None of this is helped by the fucking ugly aesthetics, and I am over the moon that this movie killed the animation studio, so we will never get any more of this ever. So, back to the original question, why did this film flop so badly? Was it the dumb story? Was it the rampant sexism? Was it the creepy animation? The answer is yes. Thanks for watching, I've been Jamie Jones. Join me next week when I'll be looking at this film. See you next Tuesday, fuckers!